Hey, welcome. If you're learning Japanese, you've probably been there. That moment in a conversation where you need to say something, but the words just aren't coming. Well, guess what? Today, we're going to crack the code on one super useful phrase that's basically a secret weapon for any conversation. Let's jump right in. So, you're in a conversation, right? Someone shares something interesting, maybe some news or just a little story about their day, and you want to react. You want to show them you're paying attention, but your brain just freezes. Total blank. All you've got is that awkward silence. We've all been there. It's like the classic language learner nightmare. But what if I told you there's this one simple phrase that can totally change that? A little two-part magic trick that fills that silence perfectly, every single time. It'll make you sound totally natural, super engaged, and, respectful, even if you're just starting out. Yep, that's exactly what we're about to dive into. Okay, so this brings us to our first big point, finding that perfect reaction. Let's pull back the curtain on this game-changing phrase. And here it is. This is going to be your new best friend. It's your all-purpose, go-to reaction for pretty much anything. It's that perfect, natural thing to say when someone tells you something new. It's not too much, not too little, it's just perfect. So, what's the secret sauce here? What makes this one little phrase so powerful? Let's break it down and see what makes it tick. What's so cool about this is how simple the parts are when you look at them. First, you've got the first part. It's not even really a word, it's more of a sound, an interjection. It's kind of like our oh or huh. It just shows a little bit of surprise or interest. Then you've got the second part. This translates to something like I see or oh, is that right? So when you put those two pieces together, bam, you get this amazing, soft, supernatural reaction that essentially becomes oh, really? Or, oh, I see. It's just this incredibly smooth, polite way to show someone, hey, I heard you, and that's interesting. Okay, theory's great, but where does the rubber meet the road? Let's talk about when you'd actually use this in a real conversation. All right, so picture this. Your friend just casually drops some pretty big news on you. They're like, yeah, I'm moving to Japan next month. Whoa, okay, so what do you say? How do you react in a way that shows you're listening and you're actually interested? I think you know where this is going. Your perfect, most natural reply is the phrase we just learned. It's just ideal. Why? Because it shows you're interested, you've acknowledged their big news, but you're not being like super dramatic or putting them on the spot. It's the perfect little bridge that validates what they said and opens the door for you to follow up with more questions. Now, this might just seem like a handy little phrase, but honestly, it's so much more than that. It's like a key that unlocks a really fundamental part of Japanese communication. And here is the big why this matters moment. In Japanese conversation, it is so important to actively show that you're listening. These little responses even have a name. Think of them as the glue that holds a good conversation together. Now, this can feel a little different from what some of us are used to, right? Sometimes jumping in can feel like you're interrupting. But in Japan, it's the opposite. It signals I'm with you, I'm engaged, I'm respecting what you're saying. So for any beginner, this isn't just a tool, it's essential. Okay, so we've taken it apart, we've seen how it works. Now it's your turn. Let's make this phrase feel natural for you. Time to practice. All right, let's do this together. I'm going to say it slowly, and I want you to say it right back, out loud. Don't be shy. Ready? Good, good. Let's do it one more time, all together, with feeling. Yes, that sounds great. You've officially just added one of the most powerful phrases in Japanese to your personal toolkit. Awesome. So that really just leaves us with one last thing to think about. We just saw how one tiny little phrase can be a key to a huge piece of a culture's communication style. Kind of makes you wonder, right? What other little phrases are out there just waiting to unlock even deeper cultural secrets? That's definitely something to keep in mind as you keep learning. Thanks so much for hanging out for this explainer.